Howdy folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again, and today we got a awesome throwback for the Southern 500. Check this out. If you can't guess what movie this is from, it's from Days of Thunder, the Rowdy Burns 51 car. Obviously, we can't put number 51. I don't think you can. I think you put number 56 in this game. Let's check. You can put 53, so that's pretty close. But we're not gonna do it. We're gonna keep it with the 82. And here's our throwback. It is the Rowdy Burns Exxon car. I wish I could raise the red stripe up. Like, I love how the red stripe wraps around the back end of the car, which is super realistic to the actual paint scheme. However, the red stripe would be right where that Monte Carlo is on the front valence, and it would go into the midway portion of the 82. But anyways, I would make all the other logos on the car white, but I can't change those, so we're just going to go with that. So anyways, it is time for Darlington, which kind of kicks off the championship hunt. I got Darlington, then I get Richmond, so the summer stretch is over. It is time for Darlington. 167 points out we are to Jeff Gordon after his huge Bristol Night Race win, his 88th win of his Cup career, and things are getting interesting. So let's go check out the shop. Let's see what we can get done in the shop here, guys. We need to get the Bristol car rebuilt. We definitely got to get the Talladega car rebuilt as well, because we didn't get that one ready for the Talladega race coming up. But yeah, definitely got to get engine 14. That thing's got to be fixed up, bro. Got to get that one fixed up. And then, let's see. Yeah, can get the short track body fixed up. It's not going to be ready in time for Richmond, but most likely we're not even going to be able to run it at Richmond, you know. So I might as well just go ahead and get that one ready to go for Martinsville, and then Rockingham coming up later in the fall. So we're going to Darlington. This is one of our best tracks, to tell you the truth. It's one of our best pieces, and I think we have a real good shot to win it. We definitely need to, because of, obviously, the point situation, but this is going to be fun, guys. This is going to be fun. So, without further ado, let's go throwback racing. Alrighty, folks, so we're on the pole for the Mountain Dew Southern 500 here at Darlington. It's going to be a great one, fellas. So, without further ado, let's go trackside.
MRN is here at the Great Southern Tradition, the annual Southern 500 here at the Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. Barney, drivers love coming to Darlington because of its history, but they often leave wishing they hadn't shown up. Why's that?
Well, we'll see a lot of drivers run right up against the wall here all race long. That makes you fast, but it can also be very costly when you make even the slightest mistake.
The McDonald's car is our NASCAR Winston Cup points leader coming into this race.
You know, if I was him, I wouldn't even think about the points. I'd just try to stay focused on getting the best finish I can. After all, consistency is what wins championships.
Steve Thomas really needs a good finish in this race. He's got a long way to go on the points list.
Yeah, those guys have been working so hard this year. It's a shame it doesn't really show in points. Just seems they can't keep that car out of trouble on race day. Maybe their luck will change today.
Alrighty, folks, here we go. It's time for Throwback Racing, the 2011 Southern 500. It's going to be a good one, guys. So, Darlington, it is such a fun track to race at because there's off-throttle time, handling, tire management. It's just a great, great racetrack. And we're on pole, so we already got that sponsor objective kind of notched off the notepad, so to speak. But here we go. Take care of the car. Don't destroy it. 36 laps. Here we go at Darlington. Probably our best racetrack statistically, based on how many wins we've had here. A little bit of contact there with the 24. We really need to make sure the 24 does not lead a lap here. Neither does the 20. So we need a great start to this race. And that's going to be our objective today. We need to win this event. Obviously, you want to win every event, right? But we got to make sure Gordon and Stewart does not lead at all. So we can try to gain some points. Because if you lead a lap here, you get bonus points. That's how the old point system used to work, which I think they should have that nowadays. I mean, think about it. If you lead a lap, you should at least get a bonus point for that, you know? I think you should at least. It just entices for better racing, if you ask me. More pitch strategy. And I think they should give out maybe a point for qualifying as well. I would be okay with that. It just entices the drivers to race hard. I mean, you look at the stages in real life, which I'll be honest with you, I'm not a fan of stages at all. But it does push the drivers to race harder at the early portions of the race, for better or worse. I tell you what, though, this is gonna be a long race, so it's gonna be fun. But what did y'all think about the Gen 7 race at Fontana? I tell you what, man, I still am like hyped up about that race. Oh my goodness, it was such a great one. It was one of the classic Fontana races. The cars had off throttle time; they could slip and slide just like that. But I mean, my goodness, it was such a great race. It really was, and it really makes me wonder how Darlington is going to race with Gen 7, because Gen 7 is so close. It's like it races almost exactly like Gen 4 does. It's weird, and that's so awesome because we have not had that in forever. Now, I wish the horsepower was there, right? I wish we could get, 100 to 200 more horsepower in there. But I mean, I'll take good racing. If we have good racing now, I'm satisfied. Especially after the disastrous Gen 6 era. It's really nice to be able to get a good race car that you can watch. And what excites me more than anything is like for the past like 6 or 7 years, you know what tracks are going to be really exciting, right? Short tracks, maybe road courses, restrictor plate events. But now the Gen 7, it seems like almost every racetrack it's a brand new board, so to speak. Everything's brand new. When they go to Kansas, when they go to not Chicago, they don't race there anymore. When they go to Vegas, they go to Texas Motor Speedway, tracks like that. We have an opportunity to see racing we haven't seen in nearly a decade and a half. So I'm extremely excited for that. And I tell you what, I think Gen 7, if it continues to race how it did at Fontana, is going to be a massive success for the sport. So it is a great time to be a NASCAR fan if the Gen 7 continues to race like this. I hope they don't change it. I hope they don't do anything crazy to it. Anyways, lap 8 here. We've led everything thus far at the Southern 500. We've won this race numerous amounts of times. It's statistically our best racetrack. Love this place, man. It fits our driving style. Just take care of the car. But you gotta have a fast piece, too. Ooh, turn 4, man. Darlington is one of the best tracks out there. It doesn't matter if it's on a video game or you're watching it on television. It's just, you're constantly having to catch the car each corner. There's always cars around you when it's least convenient, It's like, oh, it's 5 laps to go, but then you have 10 cars around you, lap down cars jockeying for positions and top 35 in points or whatever they have nowadays. Fun stuff. So the strategy in terms of pitting here, it's a 36 lap race, which is going to make, oh goodness, we're going to do a little math here, right? Lap 18, lap 19, the halfway point. However, almost hit the fence there. I want to make sure Gordon does not lead a lap, so I'm wanting to run long here. And I think that's going to be in our favor for 2 reasons. Obviously, A, we can maximize the points gain if we do win this race, which I'm hoping we do. But I think our tires are not wearing as aggressive as the AI. So I think that's a really good thing. Now, sure, Gordon's extremely fast. I mean, he was on pole until we took it, I believe. But I think that's going to help us out. When we run long, sure, we're going to give up time to the new cats on pit road, but our tires are not exactly scorched earth, It's not like it was last race at Bristol when our tires were completely devastated. So I think this can be a great thing for the remainder of this race. As long as we don't have a caution, no funny business. I mean, I would love to see a caution just to see what would happen. But in terms of trying to win this event, no, let it go green. Because you already have the distance put on the rest of the field. We just need to watch Gordon and maybe Jimmy Johnson. I would not be surprised if the 48 car pits early, takes advantage of the fresh tires, and we're going to have to run him down to win the Southern 500. This car's fast, though. Donington, aren't we always bring good pieces? Everyone in the shop bringing very, very fast race cars. You know, I was going to run the 46 throwback from Days of Thunder, but I was like, you know what? We're gonna run this one because the sponsor colors didn't really match, you know. So maybe down the road we can do that throwback because they have a paint scheme on this game that is very similar to it. The green, yellow, and green. It's very similar to it, so it is possible to do the 46 throwback, the City Chevrolet car that most people know from William Byron's throwback a couple years ago, which is they botched that diecast, unfortunately. So anyways, lap 15, 36. When is everyone going to get on pit road here? I mean, if you are struggling on tires right now, you want to pit early. But you're probably not going to win the race because you're going to get out front and then you're going to have nothing for the rest of the race. Tire management is such a huge importance here at Donington. See right there on the screen, it shows that our right front is like completely scorched, but the car is just super fast still. I mean, look, Gordon's still way back there. We do have a car on the apron here. Let's see. Is that the 8 car? That is the 8 car. Oh my goodness. That is the 8 car. That is huge for the championship. So Earnhardt is having a DNF here, so it means everyone who finishes the top 5 will gain at least 120 points on him. 120 points on him. That is a huge championship swing right there. So that is huge. When you think about the last 11 races of the season, give or take, that could be the reason why he doesn't win the championship, is what I'm getting at. Cars are on pit road here, so this is what I talked about. If your car is extremely bad on tires, you might want to pit early because you're going to be losing so much track position if you don't. But for us, though, we want to make sure we run long here. Don't give Gordon a chance, or even Stewart or anyone, Ryan Newman for the matter, to get an opportunity to lead lead a lap or two and get those 5 bonus points. We've already locked up the most laps led. We've led flag to flag thus far. Not ready to pit yet. I want to make sure that we're good to go. And let's see. Okay, the 48 is second, so we can pit now. We can pit this time if we want. Let's make sure we don't have any traffic getting on pit road, because this might be a little dicey. But I'd like to go ahead and pit now, because Gordon's already pitted, so he's gaining a lot of track position here. So yeah, let's go ahead and pit. It's a very, very tight pit road entrance. Don't want to speed here. There we go. Coast. Oh, no. Take 4 tires. Take 4 tires. Okay, car's perfect. Don't touch the car. And let's go for it, guys. So we make sure we have a great pit stop here, because Gordon probably pitted a lap or 2 before then, so he's going to have significantly better tires than we have. He probably gained 2, 3, maybe even 4/10 of a second each lap with the fresh tires. So I would not be surprised if he's right there out front or just behind us. If we have a terrible pit stop, though, most likely he will be out front. So that's not going to be good there. Knock on wood, hoping, pray we get a good pit stop here, guys. Come on, we need a 16.5 is what we're looking for. 16.2, perfect. Perfect pit stop right there. And let's see where the 24 car lays. And there he is on the outside. Come on, come on, come on, no, come on. Get up to speed, get up to speed. Don't let the 24 lead a lap here. Because if he does, he's going to get those bonus points. He is your points leader right now, so this is critical. So we're going to have 2 laps fresher tires than him, and he hasn't taken the lead yet. So if we would have waited 1 more lap there, he would have been out front by virtue of, you know, the new tires to old tires discrepancy. So the 48 is going to have the best tires out of all the top 5 runners, I believe. He's just coming off pit road, but I think it's too little too late. Stewart's in 3rd place here, so he's kind of jumped into the mix here. A lot of laps left. That's the one thing about Donington. You think about it, oh, you know, halfway, you already pitted, and then you remind yourself there's 15 laps to go here. So that's a lot of racing. And especially when, you know, 15 laps in a 300 lap race is nothing. But the way the game mechanics work, each lap is pretty much the equivalent of 5 to 7 laps worth of tire wear, give or take. So 15 laps to, or maybe not 5 to 7 laps, maybe 3 to 4 laps. What I'm getting at is that you're going to get 76 laps worth of tire wear in a, in a 30 lap run. Is what I'm basically getting at. Ooh, don't want to slide the car there. So the 24's already used up his tires. He probably was running Q trim there after the pit stop, trying to gain as much track position as possible. Maybe even catch a caution and then leapfrog us there, but I think it was only the 48 car that led during the pit sequence. He's not a championship favorite. He's definitely an underdog here, but if we can hold on to the end of this race, we should be able to have at least 30 laps led, which would be an absolute domination here at Darlington. And when you think about the championship, we were, 120, 130 points out. Even if Gordon does finish second, which most likely he will, at worst probably third, because you already had one big DNF. Usually each race, you only have one, maybe 2 DNFs. So anyways, Gordon did not lead a lap. So if let's say he finishes third, he'll probably get 165 points. You win the race, you get 175, as we're going to get our Darlington stripe there. If you lead the most laps, you get 10 bonus points. So that puts you at 185. So you're not going to gain really anything in terms of, substantial championship growth. But I think the storyline exiting Darlington here will be the 8 car's engine failure. That is going to shake everything up going to Richmond, going to New Hampshire, because now the 8 car just lost 100 points, guaranteed 100 points to Jeff Gordon, the points leader. So he was already down, now he's even down more. Granted, there's still about 10 races left to go in the season, but it's so rare you see the AIs have engine failures. It is so rare. And when they do happen, it changes the entire championship winner. So most likely, you'll probably see 1 DNF out of the top 3 in points right now for the rest of the season. So that means every other opportunity to gain points is going to be very, very small. Be 20 points here, 10 points here. Looks like the lap down cars made some contact. They slowed up pretty well there. Looks like the number 0 of Brian Vickers, Chase Montgomery in the 4. Don't want to get tangled up with these cars here, guys. That'd be bad news. Still a lot of laps left here. Darlington, when you run the Southern 500, definitely feels like the Coca-Cola 600. It just continues to go on. And with a 3.7 second lead over Tony Stewart, as long as we don't make a mistake or catch a yellow, we should be okay. But navigating the lap down car is going to be very difficult here. Hopefully they give me some room. I mean, they're racing for points, manufacturer titles. I mean, who knows what the off season's going to hold? There's still a bunch of drivers that could retire. Most of them are already retired, but I wouldn't be surprised if Bobby Labonte retires. He won the Daytona 500 in this playthrough, right? This season, 2011. I would not be surprised if he retired. I mean, that'd be the best way to go out, is the season you win the 500. I mean, obviously, Terry Labonte's already retired. Mark Martin's already retired. Marlin, Casey Mears. So a lot of the older guard is already retired. Not that Casey Mears is. It's just Ganassi has just changed over. I mean, Robert Yates Racing was a threat for the championship the first, 4 seasons of this playthrough. But after Dale Jarrett retired, they're literally nothing now because they have Ron Hornaday. And that brings me to another point, is what if the driver of the 88, Ron Hornaday, was to retire because based on this game, he's, let's see, he was running Truck Series and a little bit of Busch racing at the time. I think when this game came out, he was in his late 30s or 40s, so pretty much means he wouldn't be racing much more in this playthrough. So that could open up the 88 car if Hornaday does retire. And hypothetically, let's say you get a really, really good driver into that 88 car, like we've seen with that 57 right behind us. I think it's Sam Smith. I mean, that 57 was a complete disaster with Kevin LePage, and they put in a good driver, and my goodness, it's actually good. So my theory is that the only way the 88 car or Robert Yates Racing in general is going to be competitive is they got to get rid of whoever's driving the 88, put a new driver in there. Sadler could be a driver that retires as well. Michael Waltrip, Steve Park, maybe even Jeff Green. I mean, those are definitely names we could be seeing retire after this season, or it could just be a big goose egg and no one retires. So the right front's absolutely shot. There's no reason for us to push the car anymore. Caution would end the race as it is, so just ride it out. Don't want to tear up the car here, and try to bring it on home. 2 to go at Darlington. Yeah, Tony Stewart 5.5 seconds out in the second place. He's just going to hold on to that. As long as we don't have a DNF here, we'll be in good shape. Got the 40 car. He's a rival. He's definitely going to try to block us here. Scott Wimmer, the 40-point rival, ironically driving the 40 car. You have to be a 60-point rival for them to initiate contact, or 61 points. So try to pass him where he ain't. Go to the apron. Jeff Burton. That could be another driver we could see retire. I think we completely forgot about Jeff Burton in this playthrough. Jeremy Mayfield. Think about it. I mean, he was racing in the late 90s. I mean, Joe Nemechek would be a great opportunity. How about that? What if the 25 car got a new driver and they freaking went on to win races? That'd be interesting. Coming off turn 4, that is going to be another Southern 500 victory there. A dominating effort, over 30 laps led, maximum points day for Buffet Racing South. Wow, that is awesome right there, folks. And especially after the crash at the Brickyard 400. You definitely need to get those points back, and certainly able to with a huge victory right there. And you add in the 8 cars engine failure. I mean, that's probably 130 points we'll be able to gain on Earnhardt there, which is huge when it comes down to the championship, because you know he's going to be really good at New Hampshire. You know he's going to be really good at Kansas. Of course, Charlotte Motor Speedway. So that is going to, when we get to Homestead or Phoenix, you know, the last couple races of the season, what happened here at Darlington is really going to pay dividends. So it's going to be fun. And I think everyone's underestimating Gordon's ability to win the championship this season. Obviously, Tony Stewart gets the limelight, but the 24 car can win in bunches, man. Check out this paint scheme, man. This would be a great diecast. That's what it really would be. It'd be a great diecast, or a car to have like in a, you know, the team shop floor. You know how like Richard Childress Racing would have, you know, all kinds of, you know, different wins, you know, like Kevin Harvick's 500 win or the senior 500 win. This would definitely be one I'd want on the shop floor. That is awesome.
Late changes were pretty scarce.
Time to go to victory lane here. Another Darlington win. I can't remember how many races we've won here at Darlington. I think it's 6 or 7, I think. I remember our first season that we actually won a race in, which was 2004, because we were rookie in 03. We won our first race with Sonoma in 04. We won the Pepsi 400, and then we won Chicagoland back to back in 04, which is unheard of. And then we won, I want to say, Darlington that year. And I think the reason we won it is because the lap down cars were holding up the leaders. And we had just good enough of a race car to be able to hold on, navigate, and get that win. And ever since then, we've won a lot of these. That's a cool shot right there. That is cool. So we didn't destroy the car here. Let's get a running order look down. I said we led 30 plus laps. It was 34 laps there. Johnson did get 1 lap led, and the other driver was Johnny Benson. That's another driver we could see retire, unfortunately. So I think the silly season is definitely wide open, so to speak. So it's gonna be a maximum points day there. 185 for us. We'll gain about maybe 10, 15 points on Stewart, 10, 15 points, maybe 20 on Gordon. So that's great. Even Ryan Newman will be able to gain about 25, 30. But their big storyline, though, is going to be Dale Earnhardt Jr., 43rd. Started 10th, had a great race car, and he's always good at Darlington. Boom, bottom of the barrel there. obviously add in Chase Montgomery and Stanton Barrett. So that'd be another thing. What if one of these drivers retire? Stanton Barrett or David Green? I mean, they need to make the 2-car relevant again. Oh boy. Thank y'all so much for watching the video, guys. Make sure to give it a huge thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, try to upload these every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and, well, only 3 days a week, guys. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on those days. So thank y'all so much for watching. The next race is going to be Richmond, which is a really good chance for us to win back-to-back there. We've won a lot of races at Richmond. Of course, if you want to get free shipping on any NASCAR diecast, hats, t-shirts, you name it, make sure you use the promo code down below at Circle B Diecast. At checkout, use the code Diecastbuffet, and you will get free shipping, guys. So, domination, qualified first, led pretty much everything except for the pit sequence, and huge win for Buffet Racing South. Have a great one, everybody. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hope to see you in the next video. Diecast Buffet, signing off.